Hey guys, I'm back. And for the last chapter, they said that he replied, but they were in a hurry to get to know what was going on. So in today's chapter, we're gonna figure out what was their hurry and what adventure they're going on. A difficult case. We followed Will to the Hall of the Seven Roses, where we were surprised to find another special agent waiting for us. He was a blue-eyed, bearded rodent. The color of his hoodie matched his eyes, and on the front was the symbol of the Seven Roses, also in blue. This is Jack, who's in charge of the Undersea Research Lab. Will said, "Nice to meet you, Jack," I said, shaking his palm. "I'm Thea, Stilton, and these are my students, Polina, Pam, Nikki, Colette, and Violet." "I didn't know that the unit had an undersea research lab," Polina said. Will nodded. "We called in Jack because there is something wrong in one of our undersea worlds." The mouses exchanged the mouses and I exchanged worried looks. "Take a look at the living map, and you'll understand." Will continued, and we followed him once more. The huge map was etched all across the floor of the hall. Will stopped at a part of the map showing swirls and water currents. A large crack ran through the area, which bore the name Aquamarina, the land of the sea. "Aquamarina?" read Violet. "What a lovely name," said Violet. "It's a magnificent world from what we know," added Jack. "There are creatures there that can't be found anywhere else. We must find out what caused this crack and save the realm," Will concluded. "Do you have any idea what the problem might be?" asked Polina. Jack nodded. "We have discovered something. We can no longer hear the music of the sea. It is the magic that powers everything in Quamarina. Without it, the land will not exist much longer," Will said sadly. "Ever since the music stopped, the fish have been losing their beautiful colors," Jack continued. "Soon they may disappear altogether." "How sad," said Violet. "It would be very sad to lose this land and all of the wonders in it," Will agreed, "which is why we must travel there and find out why the music has stopped." You can count on us," I assured him. "Yes, you can," echoed the Thea sisters. "Thank you," Will said. "Here's the plan. Jack will remain here at the headquarters and follow us via computer. We'll be using a new GPS system to orient ourselves. Once we're back, he can download our data and archive all the information we've discovered." He held up the GPS, a small black box with a screen. "This new version has a sensitive data collection system, and it can store an enormous amount of data besides. I'm excited to see you test it out," said Jack. "Right now, we only have a limited amount of information about Aquamarina in our system." "I'm curious," said Polina. "How will we get around in an underwater world? A submarine? Or with the diving gear?" I asked. "We may need to bring reserve tanks of oxygen." Will smiled. "Don't worry, Thea. You won't need oxygen." "Are you sure? How can that be?" I asked, surprised. "Like all fast fantasy worlds, Aquamarina has a magical environment," he explained. "Once we're within its borders, we will be able to breathe normally, just like we do here." "It will be just like fish," said Violet. "Speaking of fish, are we going to eat before we leave?" asked Pam. "I'm so hungry. I could eat a peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich." "Also, we really should check the supercomputer before we leave," said Polina, "like we do before each mission." "I was just going to suggest that," said Will. "Let's go." We all headed to the supercomputer station where we could read all the data gathered so far about Aquamarina. Aquamarina. Ocean fairies and population. Ocean fairies and aquatic creatures. Legend. According to legend, the ocean phase produced sweet music, the music of the sea, which grants good, healthy health and harmony to all of the realm's creatures and keeps the magical land alive. Ruler. Queen Anemone, a fairy of great beauty and courage, rules Aquamarina and keeps harmony in the realm with the help of the fairies of her court. There are clear water fairies, fairies of the cold sea, fairies of the warm sea, water current fairies, and fairies of the deep. How to reach Aquamarina. The entrance is located in the mysterious turquoise grotto. To enter, you must hold your breath and close your eyes. Pink Pearl Castle. The marvelous dwelling of the fairies is located in the middle of Placid Lagoon. It is defended by a coral wall made of stinging coral that closes off the castle when unexpected guests arrive. How to reach the castle. Follow the diamond current lit by the shimmering reflections around it. Suit up. I carefully studied the data about the ocean. Theories provided by the supercomputer will have told us that we wouldn't need oxygen to breathe underwater, but I still had some questions for him. It says that Pink Pearl Castle is guarded by a stinking coral barrier. I told Will. It sounds like we will need to wear some protective clothing. Maybe a wetsuit? Will nodded. Certainly, Thea. A wetsuit will provide protection from the stinging coral of the coral wall, and also from cold currents and other dangers that we might encounter in Aquamarina. Do you have any wetsuits for us? Asked Paulina. Not just any wetsuits, Will replied. Ever since the crack in Aquamarina appeared, our lab has been working on creating special wetsuits using the latest technology. Cool, can we see them? Pam asked. Follow me, Will said, and he led us down another hallway to a large steel door. To enter, Will lined up his right eye with the sensor next to the door and then tapped in a code on a keyboard. The door slid open. We were squeakless. Inside the room, there were 6 large glass display cases. Each case contained a sleek white wetsuit with colorful trim. These may be protective, but they look like high fashion to me, Colette said. Jack grinned. That's just a plus. Each one is made of a specially engineered material that will keep you warm in cold water. And each suit contains a camera and computer chip, so you can be able to collect data wherever you go. I smiled at Will. You've thought of everything. They're all ready for you, he replied. To get them, you each just need to take your rose-shaped crystal pendant and place it up against the display case sensor. Push the red button and the display case will open. Okay, we're ready. The Thea sisters responded. Will gave us each our pink crystal pendants, which contained our personal information, and gave us access to the most secret places in Seven Roses unit. Then he and Jack left the room. For a moment, we all stared at the cases that contained the wetsuits. Did you notice that each one has a different color trim? Colette asked. We should each pick our favorite color, Nikki suggested. Colette, I know you're choosing the fuchsia. Of course, Colette replied. I'd like the purple, please, said Violet. Pam chose a red. Nikki chose a green, and Paulina chose orange. I walked to the case with the blue wetsuit, placed my pendant in front of the sensor, and pressed the red button. The case sprang open. The others did the same, and soon we each held our wetsuit. That's a good start.